Let's face it, condos have always been tough property to own, and if you're an investor or a seller, especially in the Florida condo markets, you really need to watch all this video today.
New glimpses tonight of the scene at Champlain Tower South moments before it collapsed.
Oh my God.
Video captured by a couple staying nearby, showing debris and water gushing into the underground garage, an area inspectors said needed repairs years earlier. A 2018 inspection report warning the pool slab right above the garage had major structural damage.
There's a crisis going on and a massive change coming around in 2025 that could affect everyone from current owners to potential buyers. So what's the cause of the Florida crisis? Well, it all started back in 2021 after the Surfside condo collapse, and after that forced state and federal governments to take a hard look at the safety and structural integrity of older condo buildings 30 years and older. Now that equates to about 2/3 of all condos in Florida. But let's note here that this focuses on condos that are 3 or more stories in height. Now, if you currently own or you're an investor in a condo in Florida, regulations will require mandatory safety inspections and hefty HOA or homeowner association assessments by 2025. As an owner or an investor or even a buyer looking to buy a condo with an HOA in Florida or anywhere else in the country, I cannot stress enough how you should take a lot of time and go and look over the HOA docs before you purchase that condo. If you currently own a condo or other units, I would also always keep yourself up on your association so you can try and avoid the crisis and everything that's happening in Florida right now. Get on the association's website and pull up the meetings and look back at the past meetings and see what is being discussed for any issues, and also propose repairs so that you can prepare yourself for anything that could come up. You would be absolutely surprised what you will learn about a condo complex by just reading the current and all the previous meetings. I've even had clients I've represented through the years have actually found items from a year or even longer back in those meetings that made them pass on buying in that condo complex altogether. Now, if you are looking to buy or sell a condo, walk around that complex and examine things like the exterior. How's the paint? Is it all chipped? Is it in bad shape? Is the wood all rotten? And how do the gutters look? Are they all rusted out? Maybe they're dinged up from hail. Or how does that staircase look? Are the rails all rusty and falling apart? And if you see all of this when you are taking a first glance or you live in that complex, this is an easy indicator that maybe the HOA isn't taking enough precautions in keeping the complex in good condition. Now look at the financial and budgets on the building, and does that condo complex have excess funds, or are they deficient and don't have the money in the budget to do the repairs when needed? And if not, that can also be a huge sign that assessments are definitely coming around. And if you currently have a condo in Florida or anywhere and you see these red flags, I would consider selling that unit before any major assessment hits, or if you're looking to buy, maybe walk away altogether. And the budget and the meetings are such an easy thing to get, and usually they're on the association website, sometimes at a cost and usually at a cost. But as an owner, investor, or potential buyer, you need to do this. There is no excuse for a current owner not to be up to date on things within their complex unless for some odd reason that complex fails to keep up on these documents. If you want more involvement on what's going on, then join the HOA. Do something, but with access to association docs or being a part of the homeowners association, you can definitely keep yourself more informed on that condo complex and avoid the things that are going on in Florida right now. Another reason these documents are so important to understand, especially when selling your unit or if you have units. Lenders now, they have stricter guidelines more than ever on the reviews, and if the budgets are not in line, or they don't have the proper insurance, or haven't passed safety inspections, a buyer who needs financing may not be able to get a loan at all. Now, if that building is FHA approved, which is a huge deal, as most buyers nowadays utilize this type of financing, that condo complex could lose their FHA approval, and that significantly reduces your buyer pool when you come time to sell. And that complex may only qualify then for conventional or cash, or maybe just cash only, opening it up to really investors to purchase those units. So I can't stress it enough to stay up on your association's budgets and the upkeep of your current condo complex. In this current market, cash buyers, they'll even hesitate on a bad complex with potential HOA increases. And especially in Florida, where associations scramble to comply with all these new 2025 safety requirements. And according to Redfin, quote, many buildings, even those without amenities, now have HOA dues north of $1,000 a month. And with these special assessments getting tacked on, a lot of condo owners who are retired and on a fixed income are being forced to sell and relocate because they just can't keep up with those payments. Now, back in the financial crisis, I really saw these condo complexes take a bath throughout the country. Prices were super cheap, but nothing was moving or selling. Now, fast forward to today, are we beginning to see the same thing? Florida is not the only area that you should be cautious of. All over the country, condo owners are having trouble selling as their fees continue to rise. And look at this chart from Redfin of the 50 most popular U.S. metropolitan areas. Miami posted the smallest increase of all things among Florida metros, as they already are so expensive, but their median monthly HOA fee at $835 is higher than any other metro Redfin analyzed. Investors and condo owners should be very concerned. What is going to happen to these values even after so many price drops when all these assessments and rules kick in 2025? If you are a seller and thinking of listing your condo, keep in mind 2025 is fast approaching, and with all the news out there, buyers are becoming aware of these potential assessments and also their chances of securing financing. If the building you are in has not completed its safety inspection or has it budgeted in for repairs, it could definitely turn all those buyers away altogether. Now, one thing you can do is go contact your association, get involved, see what kind of progress they're making on all this. This might be good enough information to give to the potential buyers to at least make them a little more comfortable at purchasing that condo in that complex. If you're an investor, the Florida area has been very attractive, especially those vacation hotspots, but be aware of these risks before buying, as again, these assessments are an obvious major factor to consider. There are definitely some deep discounts to buy, or maybe there's going to be opportunities to purchase the whole complexes in general. Again, depending on your level of investment strategy. And if anything, maybe you'll come across that building that has undergone safety inspections and associations with a healthy reserve. Of course, there is also the question of the insurance on these condo complexes as well. The skyrocketing insurance, with of course Florida being in the center of it all, has caused carriers to even stop doing business in that state. The insurance problem is everywhere, as it has trickled into a lot of other states. So anyway, be very mindful of all that as well. Lending requirements need to be watched hard. For instance, if you're planning to flip or rent a property, especially down in the Florida area, borrower financing can be a huge challenge if that complex again doesn't meet the guidelines. So just make sure you look into all that up front. Bottom line, whether you're a seller or investing, especially down in Florida, condos are about to go through a massive transition, and in 2025 is when it all hits. Sellers, if you are looking to sell, my suggestion, you may want to list sooner than later, but as close to 2025 as we are, that may already be a major hurdle. But look into your association and just see what kind of progress that they have made. Investors, again, look for buildings with solid financials, up-to-date inspections, and always be prepared for those lender requirements to become more trickier. 2025 is bringing some big changes for condo owners, in Florida, and we may see this very soon moving into other states as well. And if you need help researching HOA documents for information, or you need direction on what to do selling your condo, or thinking of buying, my contact info is down below. I can connect you with a great real estate agent in your area. My name is David Novak, and we'll see you next time.